What's up, guys? So, I'm over here at my parents today. Oh, fucking bug, I hate you. You know, dropping off all the wood chips from a stump I just ground up. Shout out to mom and dad for saying I can just spread it behind their fucking house in the woods. And I was thinking, they say mass majority of people are, depressed and sad nowadays. But I think I kind of understand the reason why that's happening. I mean, you go back 20, 30 years, things are way different. In a lot of different ways, The internet wasn't what it was today. Cell phones weren't what they are today. There was no Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, whatever you want to call that shit. And people went outside and touched grass. I was depressed, maybe say 6 months ago. I had just hurt myself snowboarding at a local hill around here, a place called Pine Knob. Trying to front board this down rail with a donkey dick at the end of it, and I slid out, tacoed the rail like I've never tacoed a rail before, and lacerated my spleen. Ended up sitting in the hospital for 5 days, 4 nights. Almost had to have surgery. Luckily, I didn't. Thank the Lord. Because I'm deathly afraid of surgery. I've never had to have one before. I'm really hoping I never have to. And during that time, I got extremely fucking depressed. And part of the reason why I think I got so depressed, because I was sitting inside all day. The doctor told me I wasn't allowed to do anything. I had just started a new job, and I couldn't go to that job. It was also winter. It was literally my first day snowboarding here in Michigan. And snowboarding is the thing I love more than anything else in this entire world. And I got so sad. So what did I do? I did what I do whenever else I got sad, or whenever else I got bored. I just smoked a fuck ton of weed, and that didn't help the situation. A few years ago, I had a good, old friend over to my apartment, and we were taking some dabs, smoking some weed, and he said this thing that kind of, resonates with me today. Weed is the best thing to do when you're bored. And at the time, I was like, yeah, that makes so much sense. And it really didn't take it any deeper than, just the base level of it. Weed's awesome for when you're bored. Well, let's really look down at the actual, why are you bored? And I don't think weed is the best thing for when you're bored. If you're bored, you should be looking for something to do, not a way to fucking pass time in a comatose state. That is marijuana. And I know a lot of people probably don't agree with my opinion here. They're like, oh, well, I smoke weed all the time, and, it doesn't affect me. I go do stuff. Well, good for you. Sadly, I'm not that same person. I was diagnosed with narcolepsy when I was 17, and maybe 5 to 6 months after that happened, I started smoking pot. And I've been smoking pot ever since. Up until, about a month and a half ago, it was my first time I quit because I wanted to, not because I had to, or because I was, because I couldn't get it. And ever since then, my life has been so much better. I guess what I'm trying to get at here is, if you're depressed or if you're bored, Do something about it. Don't sit inside, complain about your problems while you're not trying to actively fix your problems. Go outside. Go for a walk. Go touch grass. Do something to fix your problem, not something that will make your problem worse. That's my rant. My 2 cents. Hope you guys have a nice rest of your day.